Every day we hear one chaotic story after the next coming from the royal family. It seems like ever since the Queen passed away, things have been messier than ever. Adding some fuel to the existing fire of the Harry and Meghan drama, it looks like the duo is tied to their Netflix and book deals because they desperately need the money. Well, at least that's what the royal sources are claiming, so let's find out more. Starting with what the royal insider had to say. There was a time when anyone who abandoned the royals and spoke ill of the monarchy would have been trounced. But ever since Harry and Meghan made the brave decision to split from the family, they seem to have somehow avoided the consequences, more or less. Ever since the duo went their separate ways, they've also agreed to become financially independent on their own terms, getting no help from their family. And this is not an exaggeration. Prince Harry himself agreed that his family didn't support him in any way, claiming that he was entirely cut off financially once he and Meghan went their separate ways. A senior Clarence House spokeswoman reported that the Prince of Wales had provided a large amount to help them with their transition to financial autonomy. However, that funding had ceased in the summer of last year. So, keeping all of this in mind, it didn't appear as a shock to us when a royal insider claimed the couple was struggling to keep up with their lifestyle. And that's exactly why they've tried so many deals. After leaving their royal responsibilities in 2020, the couple is now tied to Netflix and book agreements, according to Tom Bower, who is the famous author of Revenge, Meghan and Harry, and The War Between the Windsors. He said that, quote, they need the money and they need it now more than ever because they've got no other source of income, so I think they're just stuck with the devil now. Up next, let's talk about the deals they can't get out of. Mr. Bauer stated the couple would be forced to abandon their house in the ultra-wealthy Californian enclave of Montecito and move into a small hovel in downtown Los Angeles if they backtracked on the deals. The royal biographer also added that they have the least amount of sympathy for the duo, and that it's their problem to deal with now. Yikes. According to Mr. Bauer, King Charles III's ability to bail him out is Harry's last hope, which we're pretty sure he won't be willing to take up. After all, who among us remembers the clash of the father-son duo had ever since he parted ways with his family? The royal biographer assumes the king might be willing to pay off Netflix and Random House in exchange for a promise from Meghan and Harry not to criticize the royal family again. Nothing like buying silence, right? But then again, he also added that the former Suits star had no interest in being silent. Well, who can really blame her? The woman has been through heck and back, and ever since she married Harry, the troubles still were never ending for her. From what Bauer has heard, Meghan is eager for conflict. To her, it's time to move on from the royal family, exposing them for all they've done to her and then moving on, some more deets on the deals. The author of the Palace Papers, Tina Brown, has chimed in on the controversies, calling the Sussexes' estate in Montecito a small cottage compared to the mansions of their mega-wealthy celebrity pals. Apparently, they say that Harry and Meghan are way over their heads just because they have wealthy friends. There will be no turning back once Prince Harry's next Bombshell tell-all book is released, according to her, but Bauer thinks it will never see the light of day. Reports say that King Charles and Prince William are increasingly uneasy about the 38-year-old royal inmate and heartfelt biography for which he has signed a $58 million deal in Australian dollars. According to the Palace Papers author, this upcoming book is going to spill everything about Harry's allegedly dreadful existence as a royal, while many out there are waiting eagerly. The royal insiders think that now that Harry knows there is no turning back, he's a little iffy about the whole thing. Not to mention, Meghan's already spilling some tea on her podcasts. In the most recent episode of her podcast, Archetypes with Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex claimed that she had been called mad and hysterical when she tried to talk about her experiences with the royals. She also claimed that these kinds of remarks practically drove her insane to where she started believing that whatever was happening to her wasn't real at all, so all the backlash, all the racism, she started blaming herself for all of it. She took a shot at Hollywood, saying that the casual use of such terms has ruined reputations and careers for many people. Meghan did not identify who had raised concerns about her mental health not being stable, but she explained that her lowest moment occurred after she began dating Harry. However, Tina Brown had said that if Meghan and Harry went to be worldwide hit with all their deals, Meghan needs to stop being a grievance brand. Miss Brown, when asked about the visible the pair might be internationally now that they were semi-outside the royal fold, responded that Harry would, quote, always be royal as the son of Charles and Diana, but in her opinion, Meghan needed to find a cause of her own instead of all this drama. Let's look at how they're making it work right now. Even in the wake of all this, there's no need to fear. Both the Duke and Duchess have substantial personal money, for now at least. Most of Princess Diana's $13 million inheritance went to Prince William and Prince Harry. According to Harry in his interview with Oprah, I've got what my mom left me, and without it, we wouldn't have been able to achieve anything. While explaining why they immigrated to the United States, Nicholas Witchell, the BBC's royal reporter, claimed that Prince Harry will also inherit millions of pounds from the Queen Mother as well, so it looks like more funds are rolling in. The Duchess of Sussex reportedly earned $50,000, which is around 38,300 euros. In each episode during her playing career in the courtroom drama Suits, besides her work as a fashion designer for a Canadian company, she also maintained a lifestyle blog, so she's doing okay financially speaking. Moving on to Harry's status as a prince. Well, is he still one? With all of this chaos unfolding right in front of our eyes, the next obvious question that comes to mind is if Harry still holds the title of a prince. Now the answer to this might be a yes if you're looking at it technically, but there's a lot to go through here. Even though he willingly stepped away from his royal duties, the man is still a part of the family by blood, so technically he still has a birthright and is the prince. However, because Harry and Meghan have decided to no longer use their royal titles, they will not be addressed as his or her royal highness. And so if you take this decision into account, which is that he does not want any title, we can conclude that while technically the title is his for the taking, he just doesn't want it. Nonetheless, the Duke of Sussex remains fifth in line to the throne, so you now get the complete picture now. Despite his desires, the Duke of Sussex is still a royal in everything but name, but because Meghan is not biologically related to anybody in the royal family but joined the family via marriage, her legitimacy as a princess is disputed by many royalists. Not that she minds. The last thing that she would want right now is to be part of the family she literally ran away from. And finally, let's find out if their kids will get royal titles or not. Since the Queen's death on September 8th rearranged the line of royal succession, many have wondered whether Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's children, Archie, who is around 3 years old, and Lilibet, who is 1, would be given any sort of titles. As the grandchildren of the incumbent king, King Charles III, the two children were officially named Prince and Princess by an order from George V in 1917, but it's a little unclear whether Meghan and Harry want their kids to be known by these titles. On September 10th, their names were still Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor and Lilibet Mountbatten Windsor on the official royal family website. But there's more. While talking to Oprah, Meghan decided that since they were concerned about the first person of color in the family not being named in the same manner that the future grandchildren would be, the royal family considered altering the custom for Archie. Meghan also said that in 2012, the Queen gave the title of Prince and Princess to the 3 children of Prince William and Kate Middleton, but she revealed that the royal family had opted against giving Archie a formal title or the honorific His Royal Highness before he was ever born. How strange is that? But that's gonna wrap up today's video, my friends. So what do you think? Will the book deals ever make it, or will the duo be silenced? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this one. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.